Hello and welcome everyone. Today we're breaking on an exciting journey into the world of habit, and more specifically, exploring the insight from a best-selling book which is Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you ever wondered how habits works and how can you transform your life by understanding and implementing them, this video is must watch. Let's get started. Before we dive into atomic habits, let's establish a solid foundation on what habits are and how can they shape our lives. Let's first give a definition of what is habit. Habits are the routine or the behavior that we engage in regularly, often without thoughts. They can be as simple as making your bed in the morning or as complex as a daily existence routine. This is a small definition of habits. It means basically that the things that we do in our life, most of them are basically habits. And the habit basically are the things that we do without conscious thoughts. For example, brushing your teeth in the morning or washing your face in the morning. And in order for us to understand habits well, we need to grasp the concept of habit loop. The habit loop consists of three essential components: cue, routine, and reward. Let's start over with the cue. The cue is the trigger that initiates the habit. It can be a specific time, a location, an emotion state, or anything that promotes you to start your habit. Let's give a small example about the cue. You see, when your phone rings, you hear your ringtone ringing. That's the trigger that initiates the habit that you're gonna pick up your phone and replying into your phone. This is the cue basically. That's the thing that shows you or shows your brain that the habit has to begin, has to start. This is basically what triggers your habit and lets your brain know that he has to start a certain habit. Number two, the routine. The routine is the actual behavior or action you perform in response to the cue. It's the habit itself. For example, brushing your teeth, picking up your phone after you woke up from sleep. All of this stuff are habits that we actually don't think about them when you do them. We just find ourselves doing them without conscious thoughts. Number three, the reward. The reward is the positive outcome or the feeling that you gain after completing the routine. It reinforces the habit loop, making you more likely to repeat it. Let's take an action that not many people actually know that's a habit, which is smoking, for example. The people who actually smoke cigarettes, they think that they have to smoke and stuff, but in reality it's actually just a habit, that it's programmable and it's fixable. Let's break the habit of smoking, for example. We talked about the main steps of habit, which is cue, the routine, and the reward. The first thing is the cue. The cue for the people who smoke is actually seeing some other one smoking, or sitting in a certain place, or drinking coffee, for example. All of this stuff trigger the routine itself, which is smoking. The reward. The reward of smoking is basically the feeling of proudness they get after they smoke a cigarette, and that reward will actually reinforce the habit itself, what make it more likely for you to repeat it again and again and again. That small key is what gonna help you to build a new habit or change an old habit. The importance of understanding habits. Why understanding habits are so important? Well, it gives us the power to change and shape our lives intentionally. It is the key to personal growth and self-development. Atomic Habit is a groundbreaking book that explores the art of making small changes that leads to a remarkable result. James Clear in his book breaks the concepts of atomic habits into 4 components. The power of tiny changes. James emphasizes the power of tiny changes. These are small, almost insignificant adjustments into our behavior that when practiced consistently can lead to significant improvement. Secondly, atomic habits delves into compound effects, just like the financial investment compound over time. Small habits compound to create substantial personal growth. Third, the book discussed the role of identify in habit formation. James Clear argued that to make lasting changes, we should focus on becoming the type of person who embodies our desired habits. Lastly, atomic habits highlight the importance of our environment in shaping our habits. It's much easier to adopt one habit if our environment supports that. Lastly, I got you some typical tips from atomic habits that can you apply in your life. Let's start with the first one, which is habit stacking. Habit stacking involves adding a new habit to an existing one. For example, if you want to read more, stack the new habit of reading into your morning coffee routine. That makes create the new habit much easier than before. Second, the 2-minute rule. 2-minute rule suggests that if a habit can be done in less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. It's a powerful way to overcome procrastination. The third one, make habits obvious. If you want to drink more water, keep the bottle of water in your vision, that you can see it, that you can remember that you have to drink more water. If you want to use your phone less, make sure your phone is away from you. You cannot see it always. That way you're not triggering the habit to start, which is using the phone itself. All of this is a cue. If you can control that cue, you can always control the habit itself. If you want to smoke less, if you want to quit smoking, make sure you get away from the people that smokes. Make sure you stay in other places than you used to stay when you're smoking. Make sure you change the cue. The cue is very important to change a habit. In the conclusion, to sum it up, understanding the mechanics of habits is the key of making lasting changes in our life. Atomic Habits by James Clear offer the treasure trove of insights and practical strategies to help you build and maintain the habit you desire. Subscribe if you want to get more content about personal growth, self-development, and all the good stuff. Otherwise, keep working on this atomic habits to shape the life that you wish to desire. See you on the next one.